Park High School's production of Moose Murders. We would like to remind you that there is no smoking in the auditorium or anywhere else in the building. There will be a 10-minute intermission between Act 1 and Act 2. Enjoy the show.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes.
Folks, we're not mic'd, honey.
Of course we're not mic'd. Hiawatha pulled the plug.
Well, then maybe we should wrap things up.
Quite fun we will. These vagabond shoes.
Snooks, I don't sense an audience. You know, I'm pretty good about that. I'd sense it if we had one, but I don't sense an audience.
Baloney.
Is there an audience?
No, there's not an audience.
We're not mic'd, and we're playing to an empty room.
We've done worse, Howie. We've done a hell of a lot worse.
What's that?
You're bagged. You got 5 minutes before I lock up.
Just a minute.
Come on, Snooks. Been through this a dozen times already.
Our contract stipulates...
What contract? You see a contract? I don't see a contract.
That is so low.
What are you talking about?
Of course he doesn't see a contract.
Get off my back.
That's what it is, isn't it? Job discrimination. Isn't that right?
Joe Buffalo Dance. Here we go.
You hate my husband because he's blind.
Honey Bud, I'm sure Mr. Buffalo Dance holds nothing
Keep
against
out of this. Listen, Joe. Ever since you booked us into this moose barn, you've done nothing but make my Howie's life miserable. That is so gutter. That is so gutter.
Sun sink behind tall spruce, Snooks.
You can stuff that engine talk where the sun don't shine.
5 minutes.
Didn't do much for the tourist trade, did it, Geronimo?
That's right. Neither did you.
I think of all the nasty little tricks.
What nasty little tricks?
Don't play dumb with me. You know very well what I'm talking about.
You're out of your mind.
Oh, am I? That's a load of baloney. Take a look at this.
Yeah.
Where are we looking?
You're gonna admit it?
Admit what? It's a chair. A small chair.
And it's been moved.
What?
It's been moved. You moved it at least 10 inches, and I am on to you. I know what you do. You put on your little moccasins and pat it down here at night and move all the furniture. Oh, just a little bit. Just an eats here and an eats there. But just enough to catch my Howie off guard and make him trip and make him fall. Wait! Look at this table. 5 inches. I know. I'm onto you, and you think I don't notice, but I am onto you, and I have measured.
Honey Pot, I'm sure Mr. Buffalo Dance wouldn't do such a thing.
How the hell would you know?
Howie, would you kindly tell your wife that she has exactly 4 minutes to get her butt out of here and...
This has been moved. Patta, huh, red man?
All right, that's it. Listen, Mrs. Keene, if it was up to me, fine. I'd let you stay till the place rots. But it ain't. It ain't up to me because it's all been sold. that means that me and you and your blind husband are all out. The Holloways want to find an empty lodge when they get here, and that's just what they're gonna get. Savvy?
You have an obligation to us. Who do you think we are? We played 3 months at Elk Joint.
2.
Whose side are you on? He's throwing us out.
The Holloways ain't interested in live entertainment, Mrs. Keene.
How do you know they're not interested? How do you know that?
It's no use beating a dead horse, hon.
You told them he was blind.
Forget it.
Didn't even want to give him a chance to hear us, did you? Nope. Hey, folks, you don't want to come anywhere near Howard Keene because he's blind, right? Isn't that it? Can't see his hand in front of his face. Want to line his kind up and shoot him straight through the head. Line him up like fat old cattle with hoof and mouth. Come on, gang. Let's dig some trenches and buff the blindos.
You let go. You just stop this. Oh.
Whose are these?
They're mine, then. What you do? Call in the Salvation Army?
I am Nurse Dagmar
From the Salvation Army?
from the institution.
Well, good night, nurse.
Are you part of the Holloway party?
I was given keys. I was told not to expect outsiders.
I'm Joe Buffalo Dance. I'm caretaker for the lodge.
You were.
Yeah, that's right. I was. For over 30 years.
And these are your tribe?
Hell no. They're the Keens. Snooks and Howard.
How do you do?
5 inches. That's all it takes.
I was just locking up. I've left you written instructions for the plumbing and such. Usually not much of a problem, but it's best to save a rush and save a flush. Over here's the fuse box. You can turn on all the lights with this one switch over here.
Please, I am not interested.
Oh. Now you get both lake and well water in the kitchen, so you should be fine. Did you come with the others?
I came with my charge, Sidney Holloway.
He's still in the car.
He is on the lawn.
Pretty wet out there. Shall we call him in?
That would be fruitless. He is very old and a victim of paralysis. He is in a chair.
In the rain.
I erected a tent.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Did you say you erected a tent?
A small one, yes.
Are you with a circus?
I am with the institution.
Yeah.
Yes.
Live one here, Howie.
Listen, I'm really sorry to pester you about this,
Nurse Dagmar.
Nurse Dagmar, but wouldn't it be more comfortable for the gentleman inside here, where it's dry?
The tent is dry and temporary. It is my job to make sure lodgings are suitable for Mr. Holloway. I am paid very handsomely for doing so. Will there be any other questions?
No, the Keens and I were just leaving.
Excellent.
Oh, just a minute.
Where have you left the keys for the upstairs quarters?
You said you had keys.
Only to the front door. Mrs. Holloway has the only complete set.
Oh, that's right. Well, if you'll give me a minute, I'll go upstairs and unlock them for you right now.
The kitchen?
It's open. Straight ahead through those doors.
Thank you.
You heard the nurse. She doesn't want outsiders.
Yeah, so who's she? She's not the owner.
I expect you two to be gone by the time I get back downstairs. And that's vital, Snooks.
Nurse Dagmar sounds very worldly.
That's a load. Those orthopedic Oxfords don't fool me for a second.
She does seem kind of eccentric.
She's no nurse.
You don't think so?
What kind of RN is going to leave somebody propped up in a tent in the middle of the rain? I tell you, she's no nurse.
Well, it's really none of our business, Snooks. We've worn out our welcome here.
Not so fast. These Holloways may be strange, but they've obviously got a bundle. Now, I don't know how long they intend to stay here. It's for darn certain they're going to need something to do, to entertain them, especially if this rain keeps up.
Nurse Dagmar. I hate to leave you and Mr. Holloway alone here. What with the rain?
I assure you that we will be fine.
Yeah, well, this is the heart of the Adirondacks, you know, and the nearest bit of civilization, if you want to call it that, is miles.
I am equipped.
We can see. But being so easily startled.
My reflexes are sharp.
But will the others?
I require no further assistance.
I'm not really an Indian, you know. Here, see? It's fake. Want to touch it? I just started doing this because I thought it might pick up some business. The whole place is going to seed, but I've been here for 30 years, and it's like a second home, you know? I knew that we were in bad shape, but I had no idea that the lodge would be sold to complete strangers on a moment's notice. I just hope you'll find it in your hearts to...
You are correct. The Hollidays now own this lodge, and as the representative, I must ask you to depart immediately. Your services are no longer needed.
Just like that?
Just like that.
All right, then. I can see for myself that I'm just in the way now. But if you do need anything, I can be reached at Eagle Bay. Number's by the phone.
Thank you.
Right. Well, it's been a pleasure, Nurse Dagmar. Take care of yourself.
I shall.
Almost forgot. Wait. I'm so sorry. I forgot. Here. Not that I'll have any cause to use it anymore. You know, there was some talk a while back that some of those Iroquois Indians wanted the lake back, but I don't think you guys are going to have to worry.
Take your big and go, Bogus Joe.
Yeah, well, I'm real sorry, Nurse Dagmar. Bye-bye.
Soon, my dear.
Need any help?
Damn spandex! No, toss me the luggage. No, Howie.
What's it feel like?
Leather! Where the hell did you find this?
Hang on a second. It was here a minute ago.
Forget it. Here.
You get it?
Yeah, just a second. All right, give me your hand. Okay, the window ledge got a 1-foot drop. That's good. Attaboy. Okay.
Now what?
Well, our chances are zilch with Florence Nightingale. We better hide until the real folks get here. There's a closet over there.
I'm trusting you, Snookskeed. I'm not sure this is so sensible.
It's better than standing out in the rain, isn't it? Oh, damn!
What?
The car! I forgot to hide the Pinto.
One step ahead of you, dear. I did it myself.
You? How? When?
When you were climbing up to the window, I covered it with some canvas I stumbled upon in the front lawn.
Canvas?
Yeah, and a couple of poles. The tent! I wasn't thinking.
There's no time to worry about that now. Come on.
Oh, I feel so responsible.
Just get over here. Little rain never hurt anybody. Hi, Lord.
One moment.
Here we are, children. Here we are. Babies, and let's go now.
Oh, Mr. Holliday.
You must be Nurse Dagmar. I hate this place. Gay. She's my youngest, just 12 this month. Hey, Ring.
I want to thank you all for your help.
Nelson told us nothing but pleasant things. Isn't that right, Mr. Ring? Huh? Nelson, your husband. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's my husband. It's so good to see you again. Lorraine, it hasn't been that long. I need a drink. Look at
cent, Nurse Dagmar.
No, that's right. There really wasn't.
You're the greatest, Mom.
Find the closet, son, and take the umbrellas.
Don't you think you ought to do something before his chair rusts?
Stinky, give the nurse one of the umbrellas. Thank you. Poor Sydney. Are you sure she's the institution's best, Nelson?
Yes, I am, Mother Holloway.
I'm not your mother.
No, Mother.
Lorraine, would you like to stand by me, your husband, for just one bit? I don't want to seem petty, but I...
Hallelujah!
I'm sorry, Nelson, but Mom is a treasure, and I missed her. Could smooch her thing.
That's dear. Stinky, have you found the closet yet?
Not yet, man.
It's just damn frustrating sometimes.
Mama, look it! La la la! Break! Not now. We'll find it. Look it! Not now! Now, Gay, you and Stinky promised me that you would behave yourself, at least for the first few days. Mother has no time to scold you while she's orienting herself. Where's Nurse?
Even an occasional glance, you know?
You say something.
Forget it.
We are not reindeer. They are thieves. They have taken the tent.
We have to respect favorite singers, Dagmar. This is bewildering.
Yes, that's really no excuse for your negligence.
Hello, Stinky.
Mama?
Not now, son. I'm greeting your father. Stinky. He still doesn't recognize me, does he?
I'm afraid not, Mrs. Holloway.
Papa, Dagmar? Okay, that is very rude. Who is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead?
I understand.
Now, Gay, Mama has tried to explain this to you several times. You must try to listen. Ever since Papa fell out of the attic window, bless his heart, he's been a victim of what we call paralysis. That means he can't move. Not anything? No, dear, not a blessed thing.
He's a vegetable.
That's right, enough, Stinky. Ew, you mean like a lima bean? Gross me out. Your brother did not mean that, dearest. I hate lima beans. Ugh, but you mustn't hate your father, just because he can't move like you and I. Nobody moves like me. Look it. She has never had a lesson. It's an innate talent.
Somebody ought to check out that closet. It's wild.
Have you been smoking again?
No, man.
You're hallucinating, aren't you?
No way, man.
You see something in that closet, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
My goodness, Ed! Haven't I given you everything and for your instant on the what? Can you see what you're doing to yourself?
Hey, now.
Monstrous! Can you see what they're doing to your mind?
Hey, hug me harder, Bob.
My butt is a bean, my butt is a bean, my butt is a bean.
gypsies. We're the Singing Keens. Howie and Snooks. I'm Snooks.
I'm Howie.
I'm Hedda Holloway, and these are my children, Jay, Stinky, and Lorraine.
True.
Bless you. And that's Lorraine's husband, Nelson Bay. Oh, and my husband, of course, Sidney Holloway.
Our pleasure. We played at Elk Joint last month, and we've been playing here right up until today. And with your permission, of course, we'd like to extend our engagement.
Or just finish it.
We were guaranteed that the lodge would be vacated by this afternoon, Mother Holloway.
I'm not your mother.
Yes. Well, I'm afraid we'll have to ask the Keens to leave.
I have already requested these people to leave. They are extremely bothersome.
In your hat, Florence.
Shall I call the caretaker?
Mother Holloway. Mrs. Holloway, you know why we're here. Now, you've agreed to all of this, and it would be completely impractical to alter our plans at this juncture. They'll have to leave.
I can dance. Look it. Jay, stop. My daughter is also interested in show business.
Moves like a bandit.
Is anyone listening to me? Do I make an impression? Lorraine!
Huh?
Nothing. Forget it.
Look it, look it, look it. Mommy, he won't look it. He won't look it. Jay, I'm afraid he can't look it. He is.
Blind as a bird, yeah.
How inspiring. I'm tempted.
Remember why we're here.
Yeah. Why we're here.
This is most likely our final family gathering. You know, Dad-in-law doesn't take to strangers.
My husband is hardly competent to leave that alone.
He has moments.
Yes, he has moments, and it won't do to provoke him. Not now. During his last
Moments.
moments.
Listen, he'll take to us like cheese.
Oh, please? Nurse Dagmar.
Yes.
What is your professional opinion?
Mr. Fay is correct. Should Mr. Holloway regain consciousness, he would immediately sense the presence of strangers. This might induce shock, which would immediately, most probably in turn, cause a relapse, a fatal relapse. Of course, the decision is entirely up to you, Mrs. Holloway.
Your decision, Mother Holloway.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Keene. Baloney. We've enjoyed your show, Mrs. Keene. Perhaps we can make arrangements for you and your husband to join us again after we have disposed of our family matters.
I forget your luggage.
Don't worry about it. Thanks for, a big zip. But let me tell you something. Someday, you're going to be real sorry for turning down the Keens.
You have our sincerest apologies, Mrs. Keene. I hope you can understand.
Yeah, I understand. Here. Come on, Howie.
It's been a pleasure.
Oh, and there's one more thing. Nurse Dagmar is no nurse.
What did she mean by that?
I assure you that I'm highly certified.
There's no question about that, Nurse Dagmar.
No, of course not. You've taken care of my poor husband for nearly a year now. Speaking of Sydney, could you wheel him upstairs?
There are 2 bedrooms off the kitchen. Perhaps.
Yes, that would be more convenient, by all means.
Certainly, Mrs. Holloway.
Lorraine, you're drenched.
Oh, I'm not going to worry about it.
Of course you must. We're all very wet. Perhaps we should all change into dry clothes before discussing the events of the evening.
I love you, Mama.
Me too, me too, me too.
Yeah, man. Mama's wild.
Mama. Children, please, you're smothering your mother.
Isn't she a dear? Could kiss her? No. Could live with her always.
Mom's the best.
Children, your affection is killing me. Now, Mama is very glad to have you all under the same roof again. But we must all moderate our our behavior. Try to save some of your energy for your dear father. That is why we are here, you know. These may very well be your father's final days, and we must be kind enough to shower him with all the love and affection we can, considering his condition.
I don't want to touch him.
No way, man.
We don't have to touch him. We'll wheel him. We'll all take turns. Won't that be fun, gay dearest?
Gross me out.
Perhaps in time. Now, let's all go find some nice, cozy rooms.
God, you're beautiful.
Thank you, son.
Oh, really beautiful. This is for you. Hot Shannon.
Thank you, Stinky. Do you have one for your father?
Sure.
Good. Come along, then.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Nelson! Nelson!
For heaven's sake, what?
Did you get the letter I sent you?
I didn't get any letter from you.
Oh, that's because I forgot to stamp it! That's an old one, too.
Why, you little...
What am I to do with you? Now come upstairs.
Can we be in the same room, Mama?
I want to see with Mama. I wanna.
This is a very big lodge, children. I'm sure we can all find nice rooms to ourselves.
Can I visit?
Sweet Mama.
Yes.
I'll see her dead.
Yes, indeed, Lorraine. Yes, indeed.
And Brother Precious.
He goes too, yes.
And little Gay.
Oh, yes. Bet on that one.
Oh, God, that's good.
You were pouring it on a little strong, don't you think? Lovey this, lovey that.
Gotta get her off the fence. Gotta get her off the track.
I know, but try to control yourself.
I can't. I'm too excited. Daddy too, right?
All of them, Lorraine. All of them.
Right on down the line. Oh, hold me, Nelson.
Easy, easy.
I love you so. You're so good to me.
Easy, honey. Stop trembling.
Gonna get him.
There, I promise.
When do we start?
Not right away.
What?
Not now.
But Nelson, please, you promised.
Lorraine, sweetheart, we've gotten this far. We can't afford to blow it all now just because of a little angst.
Gotta get him. Now.
Honey, control it.
Gotta do it now. Gotta do it now.
It's too dangerous to rush, Lorraine. Look at this seat. You're steaming up your glasses. Now, this is going to take time. We've got to be very careful if we want to see this thing work. And it will work. I promise you. Just a little patience, and we'll be free. And every cent of the estate will be in our hands.
Money.
Yes, every cent.
God, how I've waited for this. You see this?
Hmm?
That's Mama. That's Mama gone.
Careful, honey.
They think I'm so stupid. Boy, oh boy, I'll show 'em, right?
You'll show them.
I'll show 'em who's stupid. Oh, hold me.
I am, sweetheart.
Gonna get 'em.
Shh. We've got to be very careful. That nurse may present a problem.
Well, kill her.
Shh. We will.
Oh, Nelson, Mother thought I was making such a mistake when I married you. If she only knew, she'd be so jealous.
There.
You're such a help.
I know.
Gonna get 'em.
Oh, shh. Just take it easy. I know. Who the hell is that?
Oh, God, I want to start.
Patience, Lorraine.
I'll show 'em who's stupid.
Lorraine, you've got to try to control yourself. That's all I ask.
Okay. Nelson,
Yes, Lorraine.
gonna get 'em, right? You're so good to me.
You two?
Listen, you don't know.
I thought you...
No. You have no idea what we have just been through. It's gonna make Reader's Digest, I swear.
The bridge gave way.
Just as we were about to cross. Lucky I saw it give. The rain busted the windshield wipers. We barely got out
stuck with us.
That's rather presumptuous.
That's right, Lamsey. I'm afraid we're at their mercy.
Good night. Where the hell are we gonna go? Have you seen it out there? You've got mooses huddling together under trees, for God's sake.
Mr. and Mrs. Keene, how nice to see you again.
Listen, you keep us here, and we'll sit up a storm. All for grass.
Of course we'll keep you.
What?
Until the rain lets up, don't you think, Nelson?
I suppose so.
God love you.
Thank you all.
Nelson!
Shh, don't worry.
Those jerks are gonna ruin everything.
Lorraine, please.
We don't make you nervous, do we? This isn't fair. Nothing ever goes right for me. Why is she taking this so personally?
I'm afraid my daughter is very selfish.
Don't fret about it. I just know we're gonna be the best of friends when everything's said and done. Our business is keeping people happy. Do you like pop or easy listening? Oh, I don't like music.
Nurse Dagmar, the Keens will be seeing out the storm with us. Do you think you could find them some blankets? Fine. Because they're wet, Nurse Dagmar. Of course. That woman must be reviewed, Nelson.
She's only doing her job, Mother Holloway.
I hope so, Nelson.
I read, though.
Oh, yeah?
I read East of Eden by John Steinbeck. It's great. And something by what's his name?
Nelson, I'm beginning to think we should have hired some servants after all.
We'll manage, Mrs. Holloway, I promise you.
I read Little Women. How do I turn her off?
Oh, wow, man. You gotta read this.
Give it to her.
No, man, this is really wild.
Give me!
No, man, I found it.
Mama, make him give me.
Hey, listen, man, don't hassle me.
Stinky, you mustn't call your little sister Nan. It could be traumatic.
You are such a hard time.
The thing about my children is that they're so silly. But the rain is mature.
Your blankets.
Appreciate it.
Nelson, that Keen woman thinks I'm dumb.
No, she doesn't.
What are we gonna do with them?
There's only one thing we can do.
Good.
Now, see? This is the Wild Moose Lodge brochure. And it, like, lists all sorts of legends for the area. Like, did you know?
Stinky!
No, man, this is great. It just so happens that this lodge got its name from a series of, like, you know, murders.
I am sorry.
Stinky, this is not the time.
People kept getting butchered by this wild moose, you know? Only it wasn't a moose. They found out later it was some escaped convict or something. But for a while, people were scared to leave their rooms. First they'd hear this eerie bellow, you know? Then they'd creep away, turn the corner or something, and whammo! The huge moose with flaming nostrils would come tearing out of nowhere and start hacking them to pieces.
Stop it! Something tells me you're a little nervous, nurse.
I changed smoke.
Stinky, this is not the time. We're all a little bit on edge.
But isn't that fantastic? I mean, it happened years ago, man. But you know, here, right here, where we all are now, man.
Nelson.
It's all right, honey. We're perfectly safe. Maybe we could all use a drink.
Scotch and water. Straight.
Double martini.
John Bowie.
Margarita.
Zombie.
Hello, David.
Vodka martini. With his head. Yay! Oh.
I'm sorry, I forgot to have the caretaker stock up on liquor. All I can find is Boone's Farm.
Fine.
Now, we must all keep in mind that we are here to make Father Holloway's twilight days a little bit easier. Mr. and Mrs. Keene, Mrs. Holloway has purchased this lodge exclusively for her husband. As you may have noticed, he suffered a serious fall last year and has been institutionalized as a quadriplegic. There was also brain damage, shock. Nurse Dagmar, am I leaving anything out?
You name it, he has it.
Yes, well, under Nurse Dagmar's supervision, we have recently obtained permission to transport poor Father Holloway to these more, dare I say, homey surroundings? for what we have been informed may be his last remaining hours, or days, or
It fluctuates.
whatever. At any rate, Mrs. Holloway, her children, my wife and I have all committed ourselves to providing him with family once again.
You see, due to his illness, Sydney and I have been separated for nearly a year. Lorraine and Nelson live far away, of course, and although we are ordinarily a very close family,
You got beautiful eyes, Ma.
as you can see, we've been estranged recently, and it has nearly killed the babies to be wrenched from their father, hasn't it, babies?
You wearing that toilet water I gave you?
I think so, yes.
You're a knockout.
Yes, well, this is our final family reunion, and the children will stay until school starts in fall. Of course, I am prepared to remain as long as necessary. Sydney always loved the wilderness. This is our final tribute to the Holloway patriarch. If I could only be assured that he can appreciate it.
I am here to interpret his response, Mrs. Holloway.
So you see, Mr. and Mrs. Keene,
Snooks.
Howdy.
Snooks and Howie, we have all committed ourselves to this last act of benevolence. And if you are to stay here, and it appears that you have no choice, then we must expect your full cooperation.
I think that's just the sweetest story.
You gotta give a little.
Take a little.
Make your poor heart break a little.
It's like nothing but a song cue.
Well, freeze your garbanzos.
Please, the whole point of this venture is to get along. We must try not to get on each other's nerves. So let us have peace.
The lights!
Who the hell screamed? Jesus!
I'm afraid of the dark.
Take a break, huh?
Nelson, do something!
Hello? Where are you?
Hold me tighter, Ma.
Sydney, stop it! Does anybody have a flashlight?
Oh, here, I think I've got one.
Have we lost all the electricity?
You should check the fuse box.
Follow me, the caretaker left instructions.
God, you're good.
Wait, get away! Sydney, stop it!
Is there a problem? Is this it, Nurse Dagmar?
Yeah, it's right here.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
Of course it wasn't, Lorraine.
No, you don't understand. Nelson! Nelson!
What happened?
You found the fuse box.
Yes, I know, but I didn't touch it. We seem to be fine, though.
Are you sure?
Yes, yeah, just a temporary short. We've got some Coleman lamps. We ought to find some candles, too, just in case.
You know, we've got a great set of lungs there.
Now, everybody calm down. We're under control here. Nothing to be frightened about.
Let's play a game. Gay.
How can you suggest a game at a time like this?
Easy, retard, like this. Let's play a game! Let's play a game!
Now.
Actually, I think the game is just what we need. We're all a little jumpy, right, Nurse Dagmar?
Nelson, do you really think...
Something really challenging. Something to take our minds off the storm. Isn't there some sort of detective game listed in the brochure, Stinky?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Murder in the Dark. Right here in the activities section.
Murder?
In the dark?
It sounds great. You turn off all the lights.
Just what we need.
You hand out cards. The ace of spades is the murderer, and the jack of spades is the detective. Nobody announces what they've got, though, until after the lights have gone out and the murderer has killed somebody.
What?
Well, not really, man. You squeeze your arm, like this.
They understand, Stinky.
You just give a couple of good squeezes.
Stinky, that's enough. They understand.
Yeah, sorry, man. Okay, so the murderer has killed somebody, and that person has to drop dead, real quietly. And the game goes on until somebody finds the body and screams.
She playing?
I do not play games.
I think we should all play. Remember our purpose?
Nelson, this sounds like a terrible game.
On the contrary, dear, I think it sounds rather appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, let's play.
I love detective games. What happens after the body is discovered?
Then the lights go back on, and whoever drew the jack of spades, the detective, announces himself or herself, see? And sort of gathers everybody together and cross-examines them to find the murderer.
What if people don't tell the truth?
Oh man, everybody's gotta tell the truth. Somebody got a deck of cards?
I got my go fish deck.
Well, give it.
Uh-uh.
Come on, man, don't be a bummer.
No,
Why'd you tell us you had it then?
'cause that's why. Now, Gabe, we are all depending upon you for our fun. Give your brother your cards. Can I have my vodka martini? No, dear. Oh.
Here, go back.
Okay, how many people we got?
I am not playing. Knockers up, Nurse Dagwood.
I think we're 8 altogether, aren't we?
I am quite serious.
Well, we just don't want to do anything now, do we? Here, have a wet blanket. Get it?
Okay, like I got 8 cards here. The ace of bunnies is the murderer. And the jack of horses is the detective. And just in case the real detective gets it, I've thrown in a 6 of froggies. And that person will be deputy and act as detective in case the real detective gets killed. Got it? Bunnies, horses, froggies.
Let me hand them out, son.
Oh, sure, if you wanna.
I'll just shuffle them a bit.
Remember, don't let anybody know what you get.
Lorraine. I'll give myself one now.
Don't I get one?
Patience, dear.
What'd you get?
We mustn't tell, dear.
You never tell me anything.
That isn't true. Ace of horses?
No, man. Ace of...
Bunnies, wasn't it?
Yes, yes, it's the jack of horses. Lamsey?
No, bunnies. Oh, you weren't talking to me, were you?
This is against my better judgment.
Here's yours, dear.
Oh, no, I get to pick my own.
There's only 2 left.
Well, shuffle them.
You're a bad trip, man. Oh, wow.
Oh, I hate my car.
I really don't know about this.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but what if I...
Right here.
The whatsies?
Hey, that's cheating.
What do you suggest I do? Send him out of the room?
It's just a game, dear.
Okay, everybody's got a card, right? You all set on what you're doing?
Yep.
2 quick squeezes, drop dead, wait until somebody finds the body and screams. Nelson, you want to get the lights?
Right.
We simply wander around.
Yep, until you found the body.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Okay?
This is it, right?
That's right, Lorraine. This is it.
Is talking permitted?
I don't think so. Ouch! Who did that? You're gonna have to take those off, man.
Gay, take off your shoes.
Oh. Ouch, my shin! Nelson! Nelson!
Hey, no fair taking partners, man.
Hey, there's a light over there. It's Nurse Dagmar.
I'm having a fast cigarette.
Can you try and cut down during the game? Good night.
You know, I'm afraid this game isn't at all challenging.
Stop bragging, Howie. Who's doing this? It's not you. Stop it!
All talking must stop.
Oh, there you are, Nelson.
Mama, shh. No, Mama. Shh, dear.
Somebody touched me.
There. Where? You know. Do you think we could all try and be a little more... What's that strange noise?
Oh, we lost. find the body.
Something is terribly wrong here.
What do you mean, Nelson?
Oh, it's me. I know you're all gonna think I'm a horrible little cheat, but
Okay, Mrs. Fay, you can get up now. We found you. Yoo-hoo!
obviously somebody was not listening carefully. I call the game.
Now, Nelson, just because you didn't find the body.
You don't understand. I hold the ace of bunnies. I am the murderer.
You're not supposed to tell that, Nan.
Just shoot the game straight to hell, why don't you?
But I did not murder Lorraine.
All right, who screwed up? Hey, Dumbbell. Jeez, she really throws herself into things, doesn't she?
Who was squeezed?
I was squeezed several times. In several places.
Not that way, Ma.
I know, dear, that's why I didn't drop. But I suppose I could have been distracted. Who could that be?
Hello! Hello! Are you there? Hello!
How'd she get out there? She was determined not to play this game.
Terribly wrong. Terribly wrong.
Hey, Lorraine, give us a break, huh? The game's over. Somebody blew it.
The phone is dead.
That ain't all.
You can't mean...
Lorraine!
Please, move aside. Let me see. She is dead. She has been strangled.
Dear God!
Oh, Mama, I'm scared. I don't want to play this game anymore.
Oh, wow.
She's dead? The girl is dead?
No! No! You don't understand! Lorraine! No! There's been a mistake! Lorraine! No! My God!
Let us hope there has been a mistake, Mr. Fay. Otherwise, it is quite clear that one of us in this room is the murderer.
Wilderness, man. The bridge is out.
The phone is dead!
Storm is raging.
My Lorraine has been murdered!
And there's no liquor.
Hey, you, sit down. Watch with you.
relax. It's all in the muscles. Just let all the tension out.
Thank you.
Did you find any signs
Sign?
of little Gay?
Outside?
I was not outside.
But Mrs. King said...
I was with your husband. Someone must attend to him.
Oh, he slipped my mind completely.
Yes, I know. Your tone, Nurse Dagmar, your tone.
Let's stop this now before it festers. There's no point to it. There's really no point to anything anymore.
Did you find her?
I heard her cry out.
Yes.
I came from Mr. Holloway's chambers and discovered the front door ajar. That is when you found me.
Ma!
Stay back.
But Ma!
Mother is overjoyed to see you. Son,
Are we inside now? Oh, yeah. No rain. No rain.
did you find her?
Oh, man.
Gay! Your little sister Gay! Watch me form the word. Gay! Little Gay!
Gay. Gay.
Is Snooks here?
Gay! We're looking for Gay!
Gay. Gay.
Let's not get hysterical. We'll be no use to anyone.
Oh, it's wet out there. But look what I found.
Gay! She must be mutilated!
What are you talking about? I've got scotch, some vodka, a little brandy.
Oh, thank God.
Telling me.
No, I meant my daughter. She wasn't in the box.
Is she with you? Look, if she wandered off into the woods, we've lost her. There's no way we're gonna find her now.
I've got a body in here.
Jeez, this is exactly what I told you all this day proved. Now you see what's happened. Gay, I know it's gay.
Easy, man. You got me no matter what.
Yes, no matter what.
I am so embarrassed. It's all right, Mr. King. An honest mistake.
Gay, was it?
Lorraine. Mr. King found Lorraine. Again.
Good work.
Honey, is that you?
I told you. Short and sticky. You got that? Short and sticky.
I just don't know what to say. I really didn't call it my fly down this time. Look! You're joking. Really?
Stay where you are. It's a red hair ribbon.
Gay, they've got her.
Are you sure this is her?
Of course I'm sure. I tied it myself.
Exhibit A, folks. We'll put it right here.
No offense intended, Mrs. King, but you seem to be acting rather officiously. What gives you the right to make these decisions?
A very good question. I too am curious.
Take a gander, nurse.
The Jack of Asses.
Horses, honey.
Oh, I see. You're the detective. But that was only a game.
This is my badge. And it's high time I started cleaning up this mess. Somebody sure as heck knows a lot more than they're willing to talk about. Ain't that right, nurse?
I know nothing.
In a pig's eye.
Oh, no,
come
come
on,
on,
everyone,
please,
sit
no, we-
down. I mean it. You too, Slim. We're gonna get down to business now. I'm gonna ask a few questions. Nothing to get excited about. Just some innocent questions that may help us find this fiend before it's too late. Now, I won't fit. I'm new to this detective business, but on what we've got, and with a good, friendly helping of your cooperation, I think we'll be able to wrap this up in 3 shakes. Don't be nervous. Sit back and relax, and just answer my questions nice and easy. Okay. You do it. What? Did you kill that girl? No. How about you?
Nah, man.
You killed her, right?
Of course I didn't.
Come on.
She was my wife. Don't be silly.
This line of questioning is absurd.
You're right. We all know she did it.
I laugh at your accusation. Ha!
You did it, and you know you did it. And as the elected detective,
Any election made during a child's game can hardly be sacrosanct.
I'll guess your weight, Slenderella.
Please, this is getting us nowhere. Nelson anything?
No, Mother Holloway, I'm afraid I can't. You see, within the past hour, I've become chronically indifferent.
Indifferent? How could you be indifferent?
Lorraine is lying there in the kitchen. My world revolved around that woman, Mother Holloway.
She's not your mother, man.
No, she's not. She's your mother-in-law, and she's filthy, filthy, ain't she?
What are you insinuating?
Honey, I hate to tell you, but you're my guest for the next bump off.
What?
I mean, it all figures. She's rich. We're not. But let's look at this. Let's chew on a few facts. We are all stranded here at the Wild Moose Lodge indefinitely. At least until tomorrow morning, if the rain lets up. There's all 6 of us in here, and Grandpa in the bedroom. You see, the nasty little point I'd like to drive home right now is that there's no telling what the tally's gonna be by tomorrow morning unless we make some fast plans.
My children would not be plotting against me. They love me to a fault.
Maybe not. Maybe you went ahead and strangled your daughter for sport.
Oh, man, no. I'll tell you. Ma's not like that. We're her babies, her life, you know? She's everything to us. And I'm going to be everything to her for the rest of her beautiful years. I'm going to be right up close, taking care of my mama year after year after year.
Hush, dear. You're incriminating your mother.
I got you, babe.
What was your exact position, Mrs. Holloway, when the body was discovered?
You mean when the lights went on?
When I yelled body.
Oh, I was here on the couch.
Sitting?
Yes.
How come?
How come? How come? Well, I simply sat. Well, actually, I'd been pulled down, but
Pulled down? Who pulled you?
is this really necessary?
Just answer the question, Mrs. Holloway. Who pulled you down?
My, son.
Hi, Ma.
I see. You pulled her down. Is that right, Stinky?
I wouldn't say pull, man. I just sort of found her and eased her down, you know?
Next to you?
Yeah, man. Right up close.
And why did you ease her down?
I was very tired.
Let him answer.
She gets tired, man.
It couldn't be that you were intending to take care of her the same way you took care of your sister?
Hey, man!
Mrs. Keene.
Snooks.
Yes, no.
No? Better keep it Mrs. Keene under the circumstances.
Whoever you are, this has gone quite far enough.
There's nobody as good as Mama. Nobody, man.
That's all right, dear.
I never heard you, Ma.
No, of course not.
Stinky.
Stinky.
How about you, Mr. Fay? Mr. Fay?
She used to throw up her supper after meals, just to keep herself so slim and trim. Did you know that?
Who?
Lorraine. My little Lorraine.
That's great news. But what I'd really like to know is your location when the body was discovered.
I don't remember.
Come now, Mr. Fay. We find that hard to believe.
I tell you, I just don't care anymore. What difference does it make? She's gone.
Yeah, and it looks like little Gay's gone too, doesn't it? Who's next, Mr. Fay? Stinky? Your mother-in-law? Or doesn't it make any difference?
Look, I really don't care anymore. But just for laughs, let me point out that you and your husband are not above suspicion. I find this reeks with presumption. A travesty, really. Who's to say the singing Keens hadn't planned this all right from the beginning? Who's to say that?
You're saying that my husband, my B-L-I-N-D, are you following? My husband.
Darling, I can spell.
It was dark, wasn't it? We all couldn't see a thing, but he was right at home.
Good night.
He's right at home in the dark, isn't he?
He couldn't even tell the difference between a short and sticky little girl and your, what was it? slim and trim wife, for God's sake.
And maybe it just didn't make any difference. Snooks, I gotta tell.
Tell what, Howie?
He's right. I killed her. I killed that girl. At least I think I did. I must have.
What? Howie, what are you saying?
Now, I know you said the arm. I knew that. You said 2 short squeezes on the arm. And God is my witness. That's what I went after her. I felt up the whole body just to make sure.
Stinky, my pills.
What pills, man?
Don't I have any? I must take pills.
Honestly, I felt it all up. I felt it all up, checking it all out, because I knew I had to play by the rules. Honestly, I did. I never meant to botch it up. You gotta believe me. I even said, remember, before I squeezed 2 little baby squeezes, when I was certain was the arm, I said, this is your arm, right? And Lorraine, I suppose, said, yes, yes, do it, do it. Oh, she did, God love her. I don't know. I was really caught up in the game at this point. I think more so than any other game I've ever played. Well, I've been limited, you understand? So I squeezed twice. Oh, I don't know, maybe 3 times. And she said, oh, yes.
No, let him tell. Let the dirty bastard tell how he squeezed the life out of my little Lorraine.
Oh, Lorraine, Lorraine. It wasn't Lorraine.
What?
How do you know?
You jerk.
Ramsey, was that you?
Just shut up about it now, loudmouth.
Why, Ramsey, that was you.
In the first place, I said 7 of bunnies, not 8. Weren't you listening? Nelson got the 8s.
Bunnies. How appropriate.
Oh, I am so relieved. If I had known, I wouldn't have moved on. That was the game. I couldn't stay with any one person. Oh, I am so relieved.
You are, huh? Sure. Now that we've aired our dirty laundry.
So relieved.
All right. All right. I'm in control again. Little setback, but we will just ignore it. God knows how. You'd think after 10 years together we wouldn't have to play Tunnel of Love, but that's just the way it is. Back to the moose murder now, the business at hand. I have a few more questions. Like, who the hell did you think it was, you big monkey? And why couldn't you keep your mouth shut? Nope, can't do that. Gotta squeeze and tell, squeeze and tell. The hell with you.
This woman is obviously in no condition to conduct further interrogations.
Go peel a scab, you got me?
Someone must restrain this woman.
Strain this, weirdo.
Ramsey.
Oh, wow, a cat fight.
Yo! Christ, martial arts crap, is it? Ladies, restrain yourselves, please! I'll kill her! I'll kill her!
You are psychopathic.
Ramsey?
I'll kill you too! Merciful heaven! It came from over there. Siggy's bedroom, and he's unattended!
Hey, man, what happened to Nelsie?
What are we waiting for? Grab something, everybody. Grab a blunt instrument and follow me.
Wait. Wait.
That's all it takes.
Yes, oh yes. Oh, love, my love.
Oh, nurse, my nurse.
The moose, what is this moose?
That's just it, my darling. I have no idea.
We must find out. We must destroy it.
Perhaps it's doing our work for us.
But we can't be sure.
You're right. It's not in the plan.
I thought you had destroyed the little girl.
I thought you'd done that.
I've seen her. She's alive.
It's the moose. He's ruining
The
everything.
moose is no match for us. Eventually, we will have the moose, and as you say, perhaps most of our work will be done by then.
Mrs. Holloway, is she safe?
Why do you ask?
Because I want the pleasure of doing her in myself. That damn mooch is taking everything away. He even got my gun.
I knocked it from his hand.
Oh, good. Where is it?
The blind man has it.
You gave my gun to the blind man?
Better he than
The moose! Always the moose! I hate that moose! I hate that moose. Do you understand me?
Of course I do, darling. I hate the moose very much, too.
I will not have an entire year of planning shut to hell by the intrusion of a...
No more on the moose, darling. We'll see this through. Our passion is invincible. The past year will not be put to waste. All of those months caring for that fetid roll of gauze, living in an institution, learning the trade of a nurse. A nurse? I am no nurse.
Shh, my darling. I'm in control.
How I love you. Tell me again.
Not now. There may not be
I
time.
insist.
Money, Dagmar. More money than you could ever imagine. The Holloway fortune is legendary.
Like the moose.
I thought we dropped that.
Forgive me, but beautiful music you play. Orchestrate.
The old lady, Dagmar, she'll go.
Play on.
Not now. The others may be here any...
I insist.
That hippie freak will go.
Bring in the strings.
The little girl, darling, little gay.
Take me home, boy.
Both the Keens, Howie, and Snows.
No.
Now listen carefully. We're working against time. They must never suspect, never find us together. We must be ready for anything. We have the moose to deal with now, so we must be doubly careful. You, go wait in the bedroom with Sydney until I come for you. Hurry now.
I fly, my dearest. You are sure? The rain meant nothing.
Simply the means to an end. Nurse, Dagmar.
Yes. To an end.
Save me, man! God, I need you!
You crazy fool, you'll kill us all! Howie, at your feet! Move!
Shoot it, man!
No! You may hit Nelson!
Shoot it!
Good work, Howie. It's over now.
Did I get it?
Yes, Howie. You've got the devil beast.
For Christ's sake, put down the gun!
Honey,
Over here.
did I do fine, Lamby-Divey?
Yeah, Howie. Don't let it go to your head. Look! It's still moving!
Shoot it again, man! Cream it! Cream it!
Cream it. Such talk from a pacifist.
Come see about me, man.
He must be trying to tell us something. Off with his head!
It's what's his name?
Joe Buffalo Dance, the caretaker!
It's not a moose. You told me it was a moose.
So what is the explanation for all this? What is he doing?
Oh, I don't think he's got long. Here.
Can we get this to count? No, he's still trying to tell us something.
Great boy, I don't understand.
A hula hoop, and a chair, and a can of vegetable soup.
Hula, chair, soup.
No, no, no. Hula can chair. Or chair can hula. The chair can hula! The chair can hula! get this. Who?
Hey, man, I think he's trying to say
Oh,
something.
careful. He still may be dangerous.
Will! He said will! Will what? We'll be coming around the mountain! Come on, Joe! We need more! Sounds like we'll be seeing you.
He's dead.
What was he trying to tell us?
He was obviously delirious. I don't think we should take any of it seriously. This is a terrible thing, but at least we can all rest comfortably now.
Are you sure, Nelson?
What further proof do we need, Mother Holloway? Our intruder has been put to rest. The crisis is over. There will be no more moose murders.
I suppose so.
I don't know.
Here, Sticky, here. Come help me carry him out to the kitchen. We'll put him on the other side of the room. I don't want him near Lorraine. I don't care how sick he was.
Whatever possessed the man?
I can't believe I actually shot that nice Mr. Buffalo dance.
Nice? That man wasn't nice, Howie. He's been terrorizing us. Haven't you gotten it through your head? He killed that girl.
It was all because of us, though, wasn't it? I mean, he resented us being here. I know it.
I think you resented all of us, Mr. Keene. You mustn't take it personally. I knew when I met the man 2 weeks ago that he was very attached to the lodge, but I never suspected.
Nutty as a nog, that's what I say. But I still don't understand what he could have been trying
That
to...
takes care of that. My depression is very severe now, Mother Holloway. I think I need to rest.
What about games?
First thing tomorrow morning, we'll organize a search party, Mother Holloway. Right now, I think the best thing for all of us would be a good night's sleep. Oh, my head. I think Joe clobbered me upstairs before. Oh, it's still spinning. Oh, I feel a little faint. Look.
Nelson! Stinky, help me take him to his room.
Mr. Fay,
Nurse Dagmar, help us with him, will you?
is he...
No, he was hit on the head apprehending.
Oh.
Yes, it's over now. Howie shot it.
But it was Mr. Buffalo dance.
I will take care of him now.
But
He will be fine after he gets in the cold.
Come on, Fred. Bossy cakes.
Coming, Mom?
One moment, dear. Sweet dreams, everyone. I'm sure we'll all sleep better now that the crisis is over.
Is there room up there for us?
Oh, yes, of course. All the rooms on the left-hand side of the hallway are free. Take your choice.
I just don't feel satisfied, you know? I mean, my work as a detective. I just don't think I really cracked this case.
Hey, beautiful. You know?
One moment, son. Mrs. Keene, I assure you, there is nothing left to crack. Joe Buffalo Dance was obviously a very sick man. But the crisis is over now. Is it? Yes, I think Nelson was right. You've handled yourself well, and I'm sure we all appreciate it. Good night.
Yes, sir. That's my baby. No, sir. Don't mean that.
Howie, nurse. Come on. Wood, chair. Damn it. Oh, oh! To your own room! This ain't young Todd!
Aw, Mom, give it a chance. Come on, man.
I said to your own room this instant. Please, get him out of here!
Ramsey? Over here, you jerk!
that you're comfortable. I have never felt more alive, more ready. The night seduces me, and, like a wanton, I succumb. What shall we read? Ah, satin sheets. Cautiously, Pierre climbed through her bedroom window. Clad only in her fuzzy slippers, Yvette waited for him. Did you bring it, she purred? Vivi, mon chéri, I have the whipped cream.
Excuse me. Baloney.
I thought you had retired.
Wet sheets?
I am reading to Mr. Holloway.
I repeat, wet sheets? Whoa, so this is how you catch your kicks.
Give that to me.
Little greedy guy. I borrow that?
Will you please leave us alone, Mrs. Keene? You are a troublesome woman, and I choose not to suffer your vulgarities one moment longer.
My vulgarities? That's a hot one. I suppose you're gonna tell me the old fart knows what's being read to him?
He does,
And likes it?
and likes it. It is not my place to discriminate for him.
Well, God love you both. I'm gonna get a glass of hot milk. Whipped cream.
He who laughs last. Get it? You will. Scarlett O'Hara was not beautiful, but men seldom realize this when caught by her charms. As for the Tarleton twins, then...
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Oops.
He's got pretty sharp reflexes for a vegetable.
He has moments.
Wait a minute. Vegetable.
I despise that term.
It's a can of vegetable soup.
What are you talking about?
Will. He said will.
Who said?
Joe Buffalo dance before he kicked the bucket.
How esoteric.
He was trying to tell us who killed. Oh, good night.
Some smart cookie you think you are, no?
No. As a matter of fact, something tells me I just flew it. Oh my God, he's walking. Good night, nurse.
I am no nurse.
No, I had a feeling.
Yeah! What is it now? Yes, I think I see. It's perfect. This smart cookie will be our dessert. She was the only one who worried me. I wanted to watch this from a place of distinction. Right up on the fireplace. Smart man. Yes, sir. There. Now that she has been disposed, the rest are like, oh, what is the expression? Sitting chickens? Falling in love again. Sing for me. Sing for me now, damn you. Sing for me. You must get back to your chair, my love. The stage is nearly set for the final act. My special perfume. Laced with cyanide. Soon, my dearest, we
better off at Elk joined Lady Fatima in Winona room. Never could sing a right note, Snooks. And I loved you anyway. Stars crowded I'm going to the...
Mama!
Don't turn twice!
New York. I'm fading away. I'll make a brand new start. You know. Thank you. What?
That was most enjoyable, Mr. Keene. How does it feel to have one of your colleagues at your feet?
Where's Snooks? Where's my Snooks? What have you done to her?
I'm afraid she's a bit tied up right now.
Hellion, it was you all along. Snooks was right about you.
For all the good it will do you now, Mr. Keene.
Let me at you. Let me at you just 1 second.
I'm right over here, Mr. Keene. Whatever is the matter? Are you blind?
Howie! Over here, Howie, quick!
Snooks, where are you?
Up here! Hurry, before she gets her second wind!
You weren't this tall before. You're not Snooks.
Get me down, you idiot! They got me hanging here! Lift me up!
You sound like Snooks, but the way things have been going lately.
I will kill you. I will...
Untie me, quick!
There.
All right, Howie, be on your toes. It's all gonna be up to you in just a second.
What? Up to me?
I saw Audrey Hepburn do this in a movie once.
Oh, she's so thin. What are you doing? What feeble attempt are you making?
Now, Howie, I've switched off all the lights. It's completely dark. Go to it!
Go to what?
We can't see a thing! Get her!
Where is she?
I don't know! I can't see her!
Imbecile.
There!
Ow!
For crying out loud, Howie! You're in your own terrain now!
Wait, but hey. Oh dear, it's the young man. I think he's...
I'm just about ready to give up on you, Howard Keene.
Wait. Okay, hang on. Hold it. Oh, okay, I got her. Hit the switch. I got her.
Let go! Let go! Mrs. Holloway! Sydney, he's moving! Howie, let go of her! That is not Nurse Dagmar!
It's not, but I was so sure.
Hello, Howie.
Hi. Oh.
Sydney!
I believe I shall drive home. Ah, my love, I see you come to take care of it. Well, I have everything under control now. Taste death! Wait. 1 moment.
Oh my God!
No! I don't understand. No! No!
All right, hands up! Set, hands up!
Now what?
Not you, Howard. It's the old man. He shot the nurse. Sydney, Mrs. Holloway, are you all right?
Yes, my husband, I'm in shock. But apparently I'm stronger than he bargained for. Husband, is he... Oh, gone. I'm young. Oh, young. Oh, damn.
Stinky.
What does it all mean?
What it means is that your husband was never really a vegetable, Mrs. Keene. Either that or he was having one hell of a moment. He and Nurse Dagmar planned this whole thing.
He should have known the excitement would be too great for his heart.
I don't know. He was handling the nurse pretty well.
What?
I caught her reading a dirty book to him. Then I caught him moving and they tied me up and stuck me on the fireplace.
Yes, I saw you there. I had problems of my own at the time, of course.
I was going to be the last one to go. The nurse was demented, Mrs. Holloway. In her poor, sick, twisted way, she wanted me to see all the bloody murders right down to the last gory detail. Evidently, they had it planned on the Keene. be one neat and tidy family massacre.
How could he have hated us all that much?
How could he have loved her all that much?
Good figure. I owe you my life, Mrs. Keene. You will be rewarded handsomely. I'd best check on Nelson now. A miracle he could sleep through all this.
Hear that, Howie? We're gonna be rich.
She's quite a lady.
She's a rich lady, Howie. She's gonna share.
You say this is young Stink?
Yep. Gone.
Young Stink, Lorraine, Mr. Holloway,
And the little girl lost.
all her children.
Can you imagine how he must have hated her? To live in that institution for over a year. To plot with that nurse for over a year just to lay waste to an adoring family.
They were very affectionate.
Yep, it's too bad.
Nelson's fine. Still sleeping. Ah, the sun. The storm's ended.
Life goes on. Hold your head up high.
Listen, I think we should try to get to Eagle Bay and call in the authorities. You up for the hike, Howie?
I certainly am. Maybe we can get our car back from the grotto.
How about you, Mrs. Holloway?
No, you two go along. Someone must stay with Nelson.
Are you sure you'll be all right?
I'm a tough old bird, Mrs. Keene. The worst is over, and I do have Nelson to hang on.
This has been one hell of a vacation for you, hasn't it?
Yes, and to think it was all for him. Such tragic irony that his heart should give out before I could confront him. It's just as well. I would have killed him.
Understandably.
Dreadful man.
I'm afraid I may have broken a few things a bit earlier. I hope you clean them up.
Hardly a priority, Mr. Keene.
Gosh sakes, Howie, she's got a house full of stiffs and you're worried about the broken plates. Come on.
I've just had the most marvelous time.
Howie, nurse. We'll be back as soon as we can, Mrs. Holloway. Keep cool.
Thank you, both of you.
God, you're beautiful, Mother Holloway.
I'm not your mother. Oh, we got him.
You'd better believe it.
Got Lorraine.
That was a snap.
Oh, that's awful. That's just awful. Tell me who else.
You've got the nerves.
Ha! Did you see her expression? We got you, nursey. Yes, we did. Bye-bye. Come on, tell me who else. Let me have it.
Got Stinky.
Pain in the butt. He was jealous of his own father. He used to spy on us in the sack. God knows why. Nothing happened in there.
Sidney was a fool. Better finish him off.
Beat you to it.
You mean to tell me?
He's beef jerky.
Hey, no fair. I was supposed to take care of all the dirty work.
Well, hell. Nurse left him out in the rain, and what that started, I finished.
So what did you do?
I just popped into the bedroom with a potato and stabbed him with a potato peeler from the kitchen. After all, he was a vegetable.
That was easy.
Yes, I should have thought of that last year. Would have saved me all the trouble of pushing him out the attic window.
But then you wouldn't have needed me, Hedda.
Oh, I need you all right. I need you.
Oh, God.
Would you mind getting out of this Sydney suit and getting rid of that one?
Happy to oblige.
What a spread in here.
What about little Gay?
Oh, she's probably lost or eaten by a moose.
Speaking of which, that moose really threw me for a while.
Me too.
What do you suppose got into old Mr. Buffalo Dance?
He certainly fit beautifully into our plans.
We couldn't have worked it out better ourselves.
I knew money wouldn't be enough to keep old Buffalo Dance away.
Couldn't be better. Even have witnesses.
Yes, we have the Keens to verify that it was my little vegetable who done it.
Sidney went crazy. It's perfectly understandable. All those months all bandaged up, mine slipping away ever so gradually.
Until he falls in love with a deranged nurse who reads him dirty stories and plots our destruction.
And almost gets away with it. It's perfect. They never suspected you. And that's because you were never anything less than the loyal wife and loving mother.
How could he have left all the money to the children? God, my brood was loathsome. But it's all over now. I have the whole Holloway fortune to myself, and the son-in-law I've always wanted.
And now Mama is free at last.
All the chickens have gone to roost.
We're too much for any of them.
Am I too much for you?
Mrs. Holloway, good news! Nelson, you're up.
Yes, isn't it wonderful? He's fully recovered.
Look, I'm sorry to startle you, but I've got some great news.
You have.
Gonna mend your heart, Mother Holloway. Okay, Howie, let her rest.
Oh, Christ!
Gay!
That's right, your little gay.
Damn lucky to find her, too.
Oh, Christ!
Oh, Mama, there was a moose, and it tried to eat me. No, really, listen, 'cause it's true. Oh, never leave me again, Mama. Never leave me again.
Howie, I think I'm gonna cry.
Let's all cry, Mrs. King. Let's all cry.
Oh, Nelson didn't mean that, dearest.
Where did you find her?
In our Pinto. She taken shelter.
She peed all over the vinyl, too. God, look at him.
Wish I could.
Well, Howie, all in a day's work, right?
You said it, Snugs.
Happy days are here again. The skies above are clearing.
Yes, what a wonderful idea. Gay, I think you may have that drink now to celebrate. Hooray! Oh, Mrs. P, no. Will you two both join her?
No thanks. Scotch straight up for us. That stuff's poison.
Yes, it is.
But this is a special occasion, isn't it?
Yes, to my very last remaining child. A very special vodka martini.